Hello, hey, what's up, everyone? This is Xenomorph87 here. Today, I'm going to be taking the book. I'm going to be making a book review on Stephen King's Night Shift. This book I got like at Christmas or something because I really wanted to read this book. And apparently it's short stories and all that. It's got like Children of the Corn. Hang on. I'm gonna look up. Okay, hang on. I gotta say my favorite type of short story is probably Children of the Corn. It's like they have like Graveyard Shift trucks, which is supposed to be like a version to Maximum Overdrive, and Children of the Corn, the Lawnmower Man, Graveyard Shift, where it has all these rats. And Children of the Corn, I'm going to be discussing about that short story. It's like in a town called Gatlin, Nebraska, and they're surrounded by these group of kids. And Isaac, the 12-year-old, which is the leader, and apparently they're summoning an evil spirit, or probably what they call it. It seems to be called. He walks behind the rose. They think he who walks behind the rose is actually God. And apparently, what they're really doing is summoning a demon through their cornfield. And one thing for sure, this story was actually like you could tell by Vic and Vicky. That's sorry guys, I got the name wrong, but Vicky and Bert are in Nebraska trying to find a way, and they get confused which town they're in from Gatlin, Nebraska, but they somehow get surrounded by these group of kids. And honestly, the story was actually a pretty good, and I mean like pretty good movie too, and it was a pretty good story. I'm gonna say the movie Isaac gets possessed, and the book it tells you different things from the movie itself. And probably Sarah is the one that the little girl from the movie. She draws these pictures of what seem to be the kids and the leader, which is Isaac. And apparently they're surrounded by a group, group of kids, and they had to find somewhere else to hide. I'm gonna say the creepiest thing about it is I'm gonna say the scariest part is probably the movie, because the book itself is a difference between the movie. So honestly, I think this short story was good, because apparently it's a pretty good short story, to be honest. And there is like so many things that have been discussed about the story, and I'm gonna say it's the scariest one, because I'm gonna say Graveyard Shift is nothing but filled up with rats, filled up too much pest control, which they have a lot of room with rats. And two, Children of the Corn is about a group of kids summoning an evil spirit into the cornfield by killing their parents. And two, Isaac, the leader, or also known as the 12-year-old, is the leader for them to do what seems to be the scariest thing of all. Apparently, the weapon in the movie icon from the DVD cover was a sickle, because that's what the actual weapon was for the icon. Because I don't know much about Children of the Corn, but I know there was a town in Nebraska which they're surrounded. I don't know what to say, but so yeah. In the other books, before I start with the Graveyard Shift, I have Mr. Mercedes, one of the other Stephen King books. I don't know much about this book. I'm going to try to figure that out, but it is a pretty good book too, and it has like an umbrella, and it is pretty good. I mean, like, pretty awesome. I also have The Dark Tower, Part 5, and also The Wind of the Keyhole, which is one. And you probably remember the It book. I have the movie version, which is the 2017 movie version. It's It with Georgie walking, and it has Pennywise holding the balloon. And also, before I show you guys Twisted Bonnie, and then I have Cujo. You probably remember me done a book review about this one too. So yeah, I did a book review on that one because I know everything about Cujo, because it's a different story than any others. And also we have Revival. I took the thing off of it because I don't know, but and also we get one of the scary book characters. It's probably Twisted Bonnie. He kind of looks creepy than the other ones are. And also some of my characters like Carrie from Stephen King's Carrie, which is a very good movie and a pretty good book. Also I got Jack Torrance, the dad from The Shining. And also I gotta say is The Shining was about there in an overlooked hotel until they had to stay there in the winter. And Carrie was like, she gets pushed too far from the bullies that, like, I can't remember her name. Was it Chris? Yeah, it was Chris. Chris was the one that did it first of all, and she didn't really care about Carrie. And they don't know that she has telekinetic powers. Like, she has like abilities to control telekinesis. And also, when they poured pig's blood all over her dress and stuff, because they knew that was the final straw that she had with Fear of Rage of kinetic power. It, which is about a clown or they're in a town known as Derry, and it seems to be haunted by this entity called Pennywise that transforms into anything that you're afraid of, like a child's fear, to like a xenomorph. They could turn to that. It could also turn into Predator. Can even turn to that. A creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein's monster, or the Wolfman or a vampire. They can also turn to that too. Salem's Lot was a vampire book, which is about Kurt. I guess the name of the villain in Salem's Lot was called Kurt Barlow. Kurt Barlow, yeah, I figured it out now. So he's the blue vampire. He was actually the main villain from Salem's Lot. Very scary too. So I gotta say, it is a pretty good book and a pretty scary movie, and I'm just going to say, well, apparently it's a different story than any other because, oh, well, that was the reviews on my Twisted Bonnie Night Shift book, and Mr. Mercedes, It, Cujo, Wind Through the Keyhole, Dark Tower Part 5, and Revival. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like, thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel. 34 subscribers. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.